Well, right, but when you came in the room, you said that you saw him stabbing her, right?
Like I seen the knife thrust. Like I only seen him go around once.
Told you finna do that shit, nigga. With all the blood, nigga. That's not even for me, nigga. Nigga, this you can't even see it, bro. There's blood on my shoes and nigga. We were like marked that last night, bro. It was gang life, so you ain't ready for this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. This case brings us back to Idaho. I know a lot of you out there are obsessed with Idaho. We have another stabbing case from Idaho. Yeah, that's right. 2 teenagers decided to stab a senior citizen to DEATH. They made her pass away forever. Yeah. 2 teenagers from California committed this crime. They sent this little old lady to heaven way too soon. Hopefully her 87 years on planet Earth were really good, because she went out in a really bad way. These are 2 defendants, and we're going to get to hear from the first one, and then the second one is going to be a follow-up video. So make sure you turn notifications on and keep an eye out, and if you don't get notified, check back in soon, because I'm releasing these videos very fast. Probably faster than you can watch them. Anyways, let's see what this first little monster has to say for himself in this video.
Okay. They treating you all right back there, Dustin?
Yeah, I've been cool.
I told you.
It's not.
Free for nothing, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's like the Hampton back there.
I don't know about that good.
Remember me?
You came to California.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take these off, man. You're gonna be cool with me, right?
Yeah, of
We're
course.
not gonna have any issues. All right. When the left one comes off, just put your hand up on your headphone line. There we go. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming down to talk to me. So, I don't know if you remember my name. I'm Detective Sampson. And then this is Detective Gordon. He's one of the other officers that's on the case. He wasn't down there in California with me. I didn't have a chance to talk to you when we were down there because things were just so hectic. Everything was just crazy. So now that we've had a chance to kind of calm everything down, I wanted to come out and have a chat with you. I'm going to be completely straight with you. I've listened to your calls from Yuba County's jail, so I'm kind of aware of some of those conversations, so I don't want you to be all wigged out about that. And then we've reviewed some of the stuff since you've come up here on Friday. So we've listened to some of that stuff, so we're kind of aware of some of your conversations. I didn't want you to get wigged out or anything about how that was going. Before we go any further, I'm going to go over your adult rights form with you just so that you completely understand it. So will you lean forward and kind of read along with me? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you at public expense before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to your lawyer. And then this is your waiver of your rights. I have read the statement of my rights. I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. And I know that you already talked to the special investigator with Yuba County, Stephanie Johnson, and you talked to Shiloh. You guys had that conversation. So, I know that you've already done that. So if you are willing to speak with us, I just need you to sign on the X right there. And then the date today is the 9th.
Yeah.
Time I've got is 10:35. And then at the place, just put BCSO, Bannock County Sheriff's Office. Thanks, man. All right. So I know that you've been kind of talking about the fact that you wanted to, clear things up and make sure that we understood everything that was going on. So I'm giving you, that opportunity right now to basically take care of that. So that's where we're at. In terms of everything, I guess realistically, I don't really even know much about you. So probably be a good idea just to start with just maybe getting to know each other. So are you from Marysville?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Stockton, California, and I moved out to Marysville with my mom when I was 1. And I grew up out there for like a good 9 years until like my mom, like she was in drugs and stuff, and like we ended up getting taken to my dad's house, me and my sister.
Oh.
And we moved back out to Manteca, right there by Stockton.
Okay.
And we had a good life, like he was a good person. He always took care of us and stuff.
Your dad?
Yeah.
What was his name?
David Alfaro.
David.
And like he worked hard. He worked 18-hour days, like freaking mechanic, hard worker, We always had that structure. Then he passed away when I was 15 from a fentanyl-laced overdose.
That's too bad.
And, I took it kind of hard, started getting in trouble and stuff, and like retaliating when like cops like came around me and stuff, like just little little charges, like never really doing much crazy stuff, like I got into drugs and like did a lot of cocaine and hella stuff, but basically like after my dad passed away, like it was like a little down road, When I turned 18 and stuff, and like I started to realize, I'm a man, like I freaking gotta grow up. I got out of juvenile hall and just trying to do better at first. And then when my friends got murdered and stuff, like I took that kind of rough, and like I started doing drugs again. And like I have a good heart, like when I see people struggling, like I always help out, like the people that are like supposed to be going like to testify against me and stuff like that, like that I paid their rent, like I did a lot for like a lot of people, and it like hurts me, like to see all this stuff. But
when you talking about the people that you were helping with the rent, who was that?
Hannah Clayton, one that called the cops and stuff on me.
I gotcha. So I guess my question is that well, first of all, I understand that you came to Idaho to visit Zach up in Rigby. Is that right? So when did you guys get here?
Day before. So I think it was Sunday morning.
Not Sunday morning you guys got there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was something that happened with your car?
Yeah.
What exactly went down?
We were driving down some dirt road, like got a little sideways and overcorrected.
Who was driving?
Isaac was.
Does he not have a license? Was he a runaway at that time? Like, did he take off from his mom's or something? And
he had a warrant, a bench warrant, not going to court.
Oh, I gotcha. So you were trying to protect him?
Juvenile, he had juvenile probation and stuff out in California, so like I just was all like, yeah. I wasn't really trying to protect him, I was just trying to get my car fixed,
Oh, I gotcha.
Because insurance claims.
You wanted to be able to make sure that got taken care of.
But doesn't really matter.
And, you know, I understand, you know, at that time, like, that things go down. So, after you guys got done up there in the Rigby area, where did you guys go from there?
We were just, we were chilling up in Rigby for a while, you know, and then we got hella drunk. And then we went to the store and, like, I don't know, I passed out, because, like, some dude pulled out a gun on me and stuff.
Where was that at?
I've been at the gas station in Rigby.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, I was just sitting in the car, you know, and, like, some dude and this girl walked out and was all like, what, you got a staring problem or something? And I was just all like, what the fuck? Like, so I hopped out the car and I was like, what? Like, you want to do something? And then he starts, like, walking around the side of the store. So I walked around the side, you know, because I thought me and him were from a fight or something. And then he just like this, like, what? I'm all like, uh-oh, like that, huh? He's like, I'm not from around here, I'm from SoCal. I'm like, I'm from NorCal. like, but it was nice, you know.
So was that during the daytime, or?
No, it was at night.
That
And
was
then
at night?
right after all that stuff happened, you know, I was just like, yeah, we need to get out of this state. Like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go back to Cali. And we're all hella drunk and stuff, you know, like, on coke and, like, just doing random shit.
Right.
I'm just all like, yeah, and I just got done driving 13 hours and I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, haven't slept, you know. So I'm drunk, passed out in the passenger and freaking. Next thing I know, we're blown off somewhere.
So who's driving?
Isaac is.
Isaac was driving. Okay.
He was drunk, you know. But
So you guys pulled off. What happened?
thought we were getting gas. It turned into some, like, area, you know. Some, like, residential.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, all that shit went down.
So you guys pull in that residential area. What exactly was it that was going on? Like, were you guys gonna just go do a burglary, or were you guys? What was the plan?
I don't know what was going on, you know, in his head, you know, but, like, throughout the night he was talking about, like, going and robbing a house or something.
Okay.
You know, going and doing something before we left the state.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we're not from around here, nobody knows us, and, you know, we won't get caught.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm just all like, dude, like, whatever. Like, this is ridiculous.
Have you guys ever done anything like that before? You guys done burglaries or anything like that before?
Nah, me and him, actually, like, we met in juvenile hall. Well, we met at school and stuff.
Okay.
But, like, we got, like, kind of, like, close, you know, in juvenile hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got out and stuff, and we started hanging out. And then he went on the run, and, like, he was kind of, like, reliant on me for a while.
So you guys pull into that neighborhood. Do you remember what the house looked like?
Not really.
Was there a reason why that house?
I think it was because there was no car in the driveway. No lights on.
Did you guys think nobody was home, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, you know,
Like,
what was going on in your mind? Like, what was the conversation that was happening?
I don't know. He just walked up, like he pulled around the corner and, like, walked up to that house, you know?
Mhm.
And, like, you know, I figured, like, you know, reasons, you know, I would have picked a house so similar to that, you know?
Mhm.
You know, no car in the driveway, no lights on, you know, nobody's home.
Right, I got you. So when you guys get around the back, what was the discussion?
He said, that window is usually open.
Okay.
And I said, what? Like, okay. So I opened the window and stuff, and then he hopped in.
So who went in first?
I did.
And then how did you get in the house?
I jumped in the window.
Okay. So which window was it? Do you remember?
There's a door right here. There's another one window.
Here, let's do this. Maybe it'd be helpful if we actually kind of drew it out a little bit. I think I got a blank piece of paper in here.
It's the second window
Second window?
from the door.
Here, let's just do it on the back of this. No, not that one. Here, let's do it on this. Just use a piece of paper right here. So, as best as you can, just draw the house, what you remember, and kind of where things were at.
The outside is damn near all I remember. Like, this is the door in the back. And then there's one window right here. And then another one right here, right next to it.
Okay.
And then there's probably like one more down here.
Okay. And this is the back of the house?
Yeah,
So which window did you guys actually go in?
this one.
You guys went in that one. So how did you guys get into the windows? Like, were the screens on there? Did you have to take the screens off?
Took the screen off,
How'd you do that?
just popped it off.
Oh, okay. And then did you try to get into the other window as well?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So when you crawled in, what were you crawling through and on top of?
A sink.
Okay.
It was in the kitchen.
Okay. And then from there, you guys are in the house. What exactly happened after that?
We started stabbing. Like, I heard screaming and stuff.
Okay. Where were you at when you heard screaming?
I was like in the living room,
Okay. And where was he?
in a room. My attorneys are gonna be hella mad at me answering questions.
I mean, it's your choice. For sure. So did you see him stab her? How many times did you see him stab her?
I don't even know. Like, I pushed him off of her, and she was already gone.
What did he say?
He said, "She's dead. You gotta go."
Okay. How did he get that cut on his hand, on his finger?
He said the knife slipped.
Okay. So, what happened after that?
Back to California.
Did you guys have to stop anywhere to get him supplies or anything?
Just got some bandages and stuff.
Where'd you guys do that?
Some paramedic gave us bandages at a gas station.
Do you remember where? Out of town? Were you guys out of town at that point, or
Yeah,
were you still in Idaho, or were you?
I think so.
Okay. About what time of the night was it that this had gone down?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I was sleeping in the passenger.
But it was dark when you guys pulled into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like middle of the night dark, or?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. What other injuries would she have sustained other than the stab wounds?
None that I know of.
Did Isaac talk about any of her other injuries?
He told me, like, just like he stabbed her, like, in the face and stuff. Like, he's trying to get her to stop screaming.
When did she start screaming?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there throughout the whole process.
Well, I mean, you were in the house though, right? So do you remember when she started screaming? Was it
Probably like a couple minutes after we got into the house.
So you guys are in there. How long? So you guys are in there for how long?
He walked straight into that room. And I walked straight like towards the living room.
I gotcha. What was the plan when you guys got in there?
Well, there was none.
You just gonna take whatever you could get, or?
We didn't really discuss much. Didn't discuss anything.
Gotcha.
But the plan was we at least gonna pull up to some house, get into it before we go back to Cali, because again, you said ain't nobody knows. We gonna get something.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right.
So, what kind of knife did he use?
I don't know. It's like a big ass kitchen knife. Looks like.
Where did he get it from?
Not sure.
Did he get it from the house, or did he have it with him when you guys went in?
I don't know if he had it. I don't know. It all just happened so fast.
How long do you think you were in the house the whole time this was going down?
It felt less than a minute, but it couldn't have sustained so many stab wounds, it couldn't have been that fast. I don't know.
How many stab wounds do you think she sustained?
I don't know. I just know what I heard.
What did you hear?
I heard she got stabbed like 18 times or something like that.
Where'd you hear that from?
Just like other people
I gotcha.
like that have heard about the case and stuff.
Gotcha. Well, if you had to like sit here and think in your mind while you were watching this go down, what do you estimate in terms of the amount of times that you saw him stab her?
I didn't watch it really. Right when I got in the room, I pushed him off of her.
Okay. Well, right, but when you came in the room, you said that you saw him stabbing her, right?
I seen the knife thrust. I only seen him go around once.
So he's holding it like this. So this is an example. So this is the tip of the knife, and then this is the handle. So he was holding it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you saw him do that one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was the discussion after you guys?
What the fuck happened? Why'd you do that? Right when you got out the house, I passed him in the arm. And I was standing up, there was nothing I could do. I was standing over, are you okay? He said she's dead. And I looked back at him and he still has the knife in his hand and stuff, I wanted to just try to say something, but he could have fucking killed me too,
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say when you pushed him off her and you said, what the fuck is going on? What'd you do that for? What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
Okay. So, now you had made mention of this Hannah girl. So, what was the deal with Hannah? You said that she had told on you. So
she just knows that I had hella blood on me and stuff,
How does she know that?
Because she video called me and I answered, and it was right after I got done fixing Isaac and shit. And she's freaking out. And she knew I was in Idaho and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So she saw the blood on you guys?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
I didn't really say much. I just hung up.
Okay. You didn't say anything about hurting anybody or somebody dying or anything like that?
I'm not gonna call.
Okay.
Did you call her or she call you?
She called me.
Okay. How long was this when you get the call? After you left the house?
I'm not sure. everything just happened so fast. I feel like I got into Cali like that.
You guys got pulled over by California Highway Patrol, right, on your way in?
Not on my way in. I got pulled over by California a couple hours after I got into town.
Oh. This was after you'd already been back into town and everything.
Yeah.
Did you guys, so when you guys got in the car to leave, who got in what seat?
I got in the driver.
And Dustin got in, or Dustin, sorry, Isaac got in what seat?
The passenger.
Passenger front seat? All right. So there's some blood that's in that car.
I know, it's right there in my on the passenger driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
There's some right there, and then there's blood all over my door.
So what's that blood from?
Isaac's hand.
Okay. What clothing was Isaac wearing when you guys went into the house?
I don't know. It all got burned.
It got burned?
It's all gone.
Because there was a white shirt with like a blue collar in the back of your guys' Explorer.
Some blood on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's from my elbow.
That's from you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys burned the clothes?
He did.
He did? Tell me a little bit about that.
Burned it.
Where did that happen? When you guys got back into Yuba?
Mm-hmm.
I was you were with him when he burned the clothes. Where'd that happen in Yuba? Whose place?
I don't know. I don't really know about her.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's okay. So, is there anything else that went down that we need to know about?
Just that I didn't kill her. I shouldn't be in here on a murder. Like, I understand a burglary or something.
In Idaho, and I know that you had this conversation, I think, with your sister. If somebody commits a felony, and there's a certain list of felonies that qualify, and somebody gets killed during the commission of that felony, it's a murder, whether or not you actually stabbed her or not. Unfortunately, that's the law.
I'm fucking up right now talking. I'm fucking up.
Wouldn't say that, but do you have a regret to stop talking with us? But we just want to hear your side of it, because we know Isaac down there fighting his extradition, and that's fine. It's going to be
Cali still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's still down there.
Oh, the paper says otherwise.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it does.
Yeah, but it's a foregone conclusion he'll be here. It's just getting dragged out a little longer.
Yeah.
So this is your chance to tell us what happened before we get hold of him, because I'm sure he's gonna be talking to us too.
And here's the other thing. I mean, we want to make sure that we've got a whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't feel like I've done due diligence on this case by just doing half the work and just handing it over. You know what I mean? And I feel like sitting down talking to you and having that opportunity to make sure that we lay the whole thing out and understand what's up, that to me is the most important thing. One of the things that I was going to ask you is that's your Samsung Galaxy that was in the car in the door pocket right here?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the passcode on that, if you don't mind letting me know that?
I'm not really smart.
No, you don't want to know that? You don't want me to know that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's cool. We wrote a warrant for it. We sent it to a lab, so they're gonna crack into it. And it'll,
There shouldn't be nothing.
But I mean, that's long and short of it. Well, how much was Isaac bleeding? Like, how bad was he bleeding?
A lot. Squirt.
It was actually like squirting out of it.
Yeah.
Was it that great big cut that was in his finger? So how did you guys get that under control?
Wrapped it up. Had him close his hands, freaking squeeze. Keep pressure on it.
Wow.
Well, question for you, Dustin. There had to be some sort of, even if it maybe not a detailed plan of some sort, you guys had to think about something. Because here you got this old lady that's dead in Idaho. You make it back home, that's got to be in your mind about you and Isaac. On the ride home, what are we going to do? Because ain't no kind of crime like this is going to happen and you just, there had to be some sort of thing in your mind about we need to get something right. We need to do something when we get back home. Yeah, I know you guys had to talk about it, so maybe it's not in detail, but...
It's kind of why I mentioned stuff to, like, people. Like, I don't know. I feel bad about all this stuff that happened.
And I'm sure you do. I mean, you got caught up in some stuff. Maybe it wasn't supposed to go down like that, but you got to understand it did. So, I don't think you guys are just going to get home and go, it's all good. We're home now, We're back in our own territory. You knew this was going to follow you. You'd already talked to some people,
I kind of figured it, but I was trying to push it to the back of my mind.
So did you guys come up with some kind of a game plan as to like what we're going to do to try and make sure that we don't get caught?
No,
not really.
We're kids, bro.
Yeah, but even
18, I just turned 18 a couple months ago. We don't.
But even kids, when you're 5, 6 years old and you mess up, what's one of the first things you start doing is thinking, how in the hell am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this? And just, you're young.
You guys are good enough in terms of you guys are experienced enough. But I know that you guys have had to have had some planning on some stuff, figured out.
You guys have been in and out of you.
You know what I'm saying?
How are we not going to get caught?
I knew we were fucked from the get-go. I was just waiting.
There's a lot of people, I know, you've been through juvie. I'm sure you've hung around guys who are older who've been playing the game for a long time. There's always a way out, or they think they do. It doesn't mean you're going to get away with it, even if you go, I'm screwed, let me not get caught as long as I can possibly not get caught for. There's always some sort of plan. Maybe not detailed, maybe not a great plan, but there's always some sort of plan.
I don't even know. There wasn't. I swear there really wasn't.
Okay, that's cool.
I was just waiting to get caught.
So you figured that this was coming?
I knew it was.
Well, how about Isaac? What was he talking about? Because if you're the one who pushed him off, this old lady, and he's the one with the knife, he had to be talking. Like I said,
He was trying to leave, like we could just go hit the road, just let him go.
Mm-hmm. So you got back down there. Obviously, you guys were caught together, so it wasn't the plan of you looking at him going, man, you need to get as far away from me as possible and split. So you guys stuck together. So were you hitting the road with him?
No, we weren't. It wasn't like that. The only reason why he was still with me is because, I don't have the heart to just throw somebody out on the streets, no matter what, he's a piece of shit, dude. He is.
But you're down to the end, huh?
I just don't have the heart.
Well, guess there's something to be said for that.
What happened with the knife once you guys got back in the car?
I don't know what happened to it.
No. Did he say anything? Did he throw it out? Did he throw it in the back? Did he... Don't know. Okay.
Well, what do you want to say about this whole thing?
So I don't want to have a chance to go home one day. I know it's not going to be anytime soon. I just want to go home one day. I got a baby on the way and stuff.
And that's something big. You're 18, you got a baby on the way. You got a murder charge hanging over your head. Okay. Whether you're the one who actually put the knife in that old lady or not, like Detective Sampson was saying, the way the code reads here, if you were committing a felony when somebody died, which you were, that makes you just as accountable as the person who pulled the trigger, used the knife, or whatever. Okay? And he ain't gonna BS you, I'm not gonna BS you. Okay? That's a substantial charge. Okay? We definitely appreciate you talking to us and cooperating, because that's only gonna help you in your circumstances. Now, to what extent, we don't know. We don't. We're not gonna sit here and make you any promises, but
I will tell you that, I mean, the fact that you were forthright with us and talked to us, I'm definitely going to be documenting that. I'm going to leave as soon as we're done here. I'm going to go and talk to our prosecutor's office and let them know how this went and let them know that you were willing to talk to us, and hopefully that has some effect with them and with the overall situation. Dustin, this isn't a small thing. You're going to be in here for a bit. Now, when you were talking on the calls in Yuba, you were talking about jamming your lock full of papers and stuff and sneaking out of the pod and stuff. So this is what I'm going to say to you. I don't want you to get in any more trouble than you already are in, right? Idaho has some pretty specific code about damage to the jail being additional felonies.
Mm-hmm.
That includes that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We don't want you to
All that
continue.
paper, I pulled all that paper and stuff out.
Well, I'm just saying, that
it's the behavior.
Yeah, I don't want you to get into a circumstance where you have been here and all of a sudden you're looking at, additional charges for stuff that you don't have to do. You know what I mean? And the more civilized you are, the more respectful you are, and the more you show your character while you're here, I think that's also going to go a long way. You know what I'm saying?
It does go a long way, Dustin. I mean, you listen to some of your calls. You had an experience down in Yuba County Court where, your mom got thrown out, you got thrown out. That stuff ain't gonna fly in small town Pocatello, man.
Yeah.
California, a lot different.
They all got thrown out because I went like this. Like
I know none of that. None of that.
Right, but what we're saying is that, you've got some adult responsibilities now, and you're an adult. And some of those responsibilities are to maintain your adult composure. You know what I'm saying? And not make this situation worse for you or anybody else that's here. And I know that your version of it is that, Isaac is the responsible party here and this is Isaac's fault. And I get that. I get that you're saying that, and I get that that's how you feel. But when it boils down to the bare bones of this, you have got to be accountable as well. And you've got to make sure that you do your best to present the best version.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want a bunch of stuff in the news about this kid that got brought back from California and he's busting the jail up, and every time he goes into court he has to get restrained and thrown down and kicked out of his hearings and making things worse. You know what I'm saying?
Your jury pool's going to come from Bannock County. Okay? What people see in the newspaper and they see on the news are going to be the same people that are going to be selected for jury. Okay? The better you act, the better chance you've got. And we ain't saying, Dustin come up here from California, he's going to act a fool. We're giving you a warning not to do that, because that behavior is not going to fly here, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate you talking to us. Is there anything else that you want us to know or want us to put in there? Or? All right, man.
Okay.
Okay, do me a favor, sit tight here. We're gonna step out. We'll have the deputy come and grab you. Okay. All right, man. Sit tight.
Thank you for watching this special Idaho stabbing presentation. A lot of horrific stabbings have been happening in Idaho, and it needs to stop. These are brutal crimes, and they cause a lot of destruction for the families and for society as a whole. This is horrible, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to give you the conclusion yet because this is a two-part series. You are going to have to come back to find out more about this case. We're going to get to hear from his co-defendant, the other little monster. Yeah. Anyways, if you want to support me, thank you. And if you don't, thank you too. I still appreciate you watching. I'm going to leave all relevant links down below. You can say hi to me in the comments. You can smash the thumbs up. If you want, you can subscribe to my second YouTube channel, the Crime Circus Cult. Don't worry, we're not like those other cults. There's no Kool-Aid here. Only good, true crime videos. Anyways, I appreciate you forever, and until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.